Welcome to the Knakal News Network. The Knakal News Network is brought to you by Massey Knakal Realty Services, New York's #1 building sales firm.
Hi, I'm John Hageman, Sales Team Manager for Massey Knakal. Welcome to the Knakal News Network. Today I'm here with Bob Knakal, Chairman of Massey Knakal, and we're here to talk about development sites. Development sites have been selling left and right, but yet it seems like some prices are not trading at where they should be. What can you tell us about what we've seen in the market lately?
Well, Hags, you're absolutely right. And like you say, there are many sellers who are actually not taking advantage of the marketplace and not selling for prices they should be getting. Prices are appreciating so rapidly that if you were given a valuation a few months ago, your value could be very different today because of the rapid appreciation. And also a price that you're offered today may seem like an outstanding price relative to what you were offered last year, but it actually may not be as good as it could be.
Tell us what a seller can do to avoid this big mistake.
Well, I think there are 5 basic things that can be done to ensure that a maximum sale price is obtained. The first thing you want to do is take a look at any possible tenancies, see if there are clauses in the leases that allow for buyouts or termination provisions. Make sure you understand how those mechanisms work. And then to the extent you have tenancies or encumbrances that don't have automatic or as of right terminations, you want to negotiate with the tenants prior to going to the market because you'll have more leverage at that particular point in time.
What else can someone do? What's another step they can take once they understand the tenancy issues?
Well, another step is to have a zoning analysis done. There are dozens of different zoning districts in the city. Those zoning districts tell you what type of property you can build, how big the building can be, what shape the building can have. That's the contextual zoning aspect. And within many of these zoning districts, there are various bonus programs that are available. Clearly, the seller is not going to have a zoning study done and have a buyer rely on that report, but it gives a buyer a good basis of understanding what the site is all about. Another report that should be done is to have an environmental report done. One of the biggest pitfalls that a development site can have is to have an adverse environmental condition, whether there was an oil spill or gas tanks on the site. These are things that can cause an unknown level of liability to the buyer.
All right, Bob, so that's 3 things now you've listed. What else can a seller do?
Well, one of the things that we always do whenever we're hired is to look at the possibility of expanding the size of the site. And that's whether it's increasing the floor plate of the site by trying to see if adjacent property owners are interested in selling, or looking at the possibility of acquiring air rights from adjacent properties. Here in New York, we have this concept of air rights, which are transferable from one neighbor to the next. And when you buy air rights, it also gives you the ability to potentially cantilever over an adjacent property. That's a tremendous thing because basically you're changing your land size above the neighbor and allows your architect to have tremendous flexibility with respect to room sizes, layouts. And then lastly, something that we suggest is to simply put the property on the open market. I tell people all the time that you can only sell the property once. If you don't do it properly, you can't go back and do it again. In summary, the land market in New York is moving very rapidly today. Values are appreciating at a rapid rate, which is causing some sellers to sell for much less than their properties are worth. Implementing 5 simple steps will enable you to maximize your sale price. These include investigating possession issues, having zoning study and environmental reports prepared, looking for expansion possibilities, and of course, putting the property on the open market.
Thank you for joining us today. Tune in next week for another installment on the Knakal News Network.